Hi folks, this is Ela, and I'm going to talk about how different qualities of paper affect how your work will turn out. So these are my three favorite brands. My favorite of all time is definitely Arches in the back, this green one. But I've also had good experiences with the Blick Premier Cold Press, which is sometimes on sale. That's the most likely to go on sale at Blick around Christmas time. And then also Fabriano Artistico. It's Fabriano right here, says so, right there. And you want the Artistico, and it's got that lavender cover. And what you'll notice with all of these is they say 100% cotton in big letters. 100% cotton is a really important feature. This one's way at the bottom. Cotton just takes watercolor better than anything else, and it's the most traditional material to make watercolor with. All these papers also have a lot of texture. If I rub my hand on any of them, they sound like I'm touching sandpaper. They're all kind of loud. They're very, very textured, and they also have a substance known as sizing, which prevents the paint from leaking through. And it also helps the paint to really show up and be intense on the paper. So I'm really happy with all of these. What would I not recommend? Now, okay, you can make pretty pictures with anything, but you're not going to get the same results with a paper that does not contain 100% cotton. So I find that when I paint with other brands like Canson's XL, the colors tend to be more pale. If I want to layer colors on top of each other, the layers will tend to lift. Here's my example. There's my example, hiding on the bottom. So this is the generic brand that they have over at Michael's. And they have all this bragging about how good this paper is. But when you do a little comparison, so this is the paper over here. This is the paper that came in this little pad. And I tried to layer colors. You can see how they really lifted. It's like they literally dissolved when I put the next layer on. And they became kind of faded. Whereas this is that Fabriano Artistico that I have right here. And you can see how these colors, you can see the two colors at the same time. That doesn't just dissolve and flow away. And the colors are literally brighter. This is much more brilliant than this one. The camera doesn't really even show it as dramatically as it does in person. But it behaves better. And if you want to do that wet into wet technique, you know, like this, where you have colors flowing, it's just going to flow much faster, much more beautifully with 100% cotton paper than with a wood pulp. So I am biased. If you have a wood pulp paper and if you can't afford 100% cotton, I understand. Do the best with what you've got. But if you have an opportunity to get some better paper, I encourage you to do so. Check for sales. Get better paper if you can afford it. If money's really tight, another option is to get a really large 30 by 22 sheet of paper and cut it up into small pieces. They sell large sheets of cold press paper in all of these brands, Arches, Fabriano, and Blick Premier, and you can save some money. I hope you found that helpful.